What's up, guys? Big news. Battlefield just tweeted a Season 1 content preview for Battlefield 6 before the game even releases. This is good, and what makes it even better is I'm actually very happy to see the amount of content that we should be expecting to get in Season 1. So let's start going over it on top of other miscellaneous things. Be sure to hit that sub button if you want to follow Battlefield 6. Hit the like button and leave your comments. Let me know what you think about all this stuff and whether or not you think it is enough content. So some key details to get out of the way first. Season 1 of Battlefield 6 begins October 28th. That is 18 days after the game releases. I have seen some people say that they're actually rushing putting out Season 1 content a little too quickly, and they should let the base game breathe for a little longer. I can totally understand why some people would have that opinion. However, I think this is actually really cool. It immediately injects even more hype and even more interest into Battlefield 6 near its release. What matters way more, in my opinion, is consistency. Can they consistently deliver this amount of content every single season throughout the entire lifespan of Battlefield 6? We'll have to see. Now, in terms of what we're getting, on October 28th, we'll be getting a brand new mode called Strike Point, a new map called Blackwell Fields, and a new vehicle called the Traverser Mark II, on top of 3 new weapons and new attachments. That isn't it for Season 1, though. There are 2 more important days within Season 1, November 18th and December 9th. On November 18th, we'll be getting another new map called Eastwood, a new limited time mode called Sabotage, a brand new feature which is battle pickups. Some people are speculating this is like Battlefield 1 sentry kits or weapon pickups, such as Battlefield 4's where you could pick up the grenade launcher or the 50 cal off the ground. On top of that, we'll be getting 2 more new weapons within Season 1 and a new attachment. Then on December 9th, there will be a limited time event that turns Empire State into a snow map and a brand new melee weapon. So for a summary, without much detail here, just looking at the content that we're getting, Season 1 gives us 2 brand new maps, 5 brand new weapons, new attachments, a new vehicle, new modes, limited time events, and new melee weapons on top of the Battle Pass, which I have to assume will run all the way throughout Season 1 as well. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the amount of content we're receiving here is great. It makes me very happy. I've been saying for a very long time, this is essentially the bare minimum amount of content we should be getting. I've said it in probably dozens of videos at this point. I've always said we need at least 2 new maps per season and at least 3 to 5 new weapons per season, and it looks like we're getting exactly that on top of a lot of other stuff as well. And as I mentioned previously, what really matters here is whether or not they can keep this amount of content consistent throughout the entire lifespan of Battlefield 6. If they can do that, we're looking at a great Battlefield game on our hands. Now on to a lot more details regarding what we're going to be receiving in Season 1 of Battlefield 6. This is coming summarized from Battlefield Bulletin. Blackwell Fields, which is the first new map we'll be receiving, takes place in an American airbase in the Californian Badlands. This map supports land and air vehicles, and it is designed for all combat sizes. Strike Point, which is the new mode we're going to be getting, is a small team tactical mode 4v4, where a squad fights another squad across multiple rounds to capture a key objective. And what makes this mode really unique is the fact that there's only 1 life per round. So this sounds to me like a take on Call of Duty Search and Destroy, and honestly, I would love to see a mode like this in Battlefield. Strike Point sounds super interesting to me, and I like that this is an officially supported and created mode, because I assume you're always going to be able to create something like this in Portal using the preset mode. This means for the small amount of people that want to play Battlefield competitive, there are competitive mode options available from launch, so I fully expect to see people utilizing that, and I think this is going to be a ton of fun. Now, some more information regarding the vehicle we'll be receiving in Season 1. It's called the APC Traverser Mark II. It is an armored personnel land carrier with 4 seats, 1 driver, 1 gunner, and 2 backseat passenger side machine gunners. This serves mostly as an infantry support vehicle, so transport vehicle, basically use it to get from point A to point B, but it can also cause some serious damage if you're not respecting the fact that it has gunner seats. Now some more info on the 5 weapons we'll be receiving in Season 1, starting off with the SOR-300C. These fucking names, dude. I'm not gonna lie, like, the fact that we can't use the real weapon names in this game is brutal because people are gonna ask me, Enders, what gun are you using? Oh, the SOR-300C? Like, oh, fuck off. Anyway, this weapon apparently has a low rate of fire and is a subcompact carbine chambered in at 300 blackout ammunition. This sounds similar to the M417 in use case scenario because the M417 was a carbine with a lower rate of fire chambered in a hefty round. So I'm interested to see how that stacks up because I was really partial to the M417 in the beta. I felt it was probably the best gun I used in the entire beta. The minifix sniper rifle, this is apparently a lightweight version of the Scout Elite. Those of you that played Counter-Strike will know exactly what the Scout Elite looks like, so it'll be cool to see this in Battlefield. And now another one of these horrible names, the GGH-22 is a high-capacity, high-fire rate, and low-damage pistol meant to, quote, bail out a soldier when their primary and, in the case of assault, both their primaries run dry. And yes, Battlefield Bulletin is very, very apt to point out assault still has double primary. Finally, talking about the DB12, this is a dual-barrel pump-action shotgun. Everyone knows the DB12. It kind of looks like an alien shotgun, so we'll have to just see how that is actually implemented in the game. Theoretically, I'm pretty sure you can have 2 different types of ammunition loaded into either barrel of this shotgun. So on one side, you can have buckshot, and on the other side, you can have slugs. I'm going to be pretty interested to see if you can actually do that in the game. And the last weapon is called the M327 Trait. It is an 8-round revolver with high damage and low rate of fire. This sounds to me like your typical hand cannon. I'm very partial to a hand cannon, okay? I was a Model 27 enjoyer in Battlefield 5, and I was also a Magnum enjoyer in Battlefield 4. So it's been a while, because, I don't know, in 2042, the Magnum just didn't hit. It really, and of course the Deagle's blatantly overpowered, so it kind of just invalidates the Magnum. So I'm happy to hear that we're getting a hand cannon in Battlefield 6. Now some information regarding Eastwood, which is the second new map we'll be getting in Season 1. Eastwood takes place in a suburban, affluent neighborhood connected to a golf course. I like this setting because it's one of those places where you just never expect to have a war. So I feel like this is going to be a really cool aesthetic. Onto yet another mode. I believe this one is limited time. Sabotage is a mode designed for 8v8. You can destroy as many sites as possible before the round time finishes. So it sounds like there are multiple objectives you have to destroy in order to actually win this mode. You apparently need to, quote, use your creativity and your arsenal to do so. Each team has 1 round to go on offense and defense. The team who successfully detonates the most sites wins. Big fan of these game modes so far. I do like the sound of them. However, I've always been of the opinion that too many game modes actually is a detriment. I would like to see a nice streamlined availability of game modes. And this should be a really controversial one in the comments section. Battle pickups are making a return to Battlefield. These weapons are like the weapons you could find in Battlefield 4, for instance, the USAS frag round, the RAR, the 50 cal, the grenade launcher, stuff like that. These are powerful weapons that have limited ammo and can be found on power positions throughout a given map. We'll have to see what kind of battle pickups they actually give us. I'm sure they'll put some pretty crazy stuff in the game. Then finally, on December 9th, this is called Winter Offensive. I think that was also the name of something way back in CSGO, right? Winter Offensive? Comment down below if you can remember what I'm talking about. But this is when the Empire State map gets turned into basically New York in the winter time. Limited time visual update where temperatures have dropped well below freezing, in the words of Battlefield Bulletin. I don't know how I feel about this. I get it. It's sort of festive and cool. We don't want to be pulling a Delta Force, though. You know, I'm happy to see that Battlefield isn't releasing this as a, quote, standalone new map like Delta Force did with the fucking night version of whatever that other map was called. I've completely forgotten the name of it. Glad to see this is limited time. Should be cool, should be festive. So that's what we can expect for Battlefield 6 Season 1. I really applaud them for taking the initiative here, showing us what we can expect to get for Season 1, the amount of content. Again, I just really hope they keep the consistency of this content. I would love if we get a consistent 2 brand new maps every single season until Battlefield 6 it basically is obsolete, and then BF7 comes out. If they can manage to do that, it would really be extremely impressive. So if you enjoy the content, if you want to follow Battlefield 6, hit that sub button. Be sure to hit the like button on the video as well. Thank you to everyone that does that. It really does help the channel out. We're barreling towards 91,000 subs and, of course, 100,000. Going to be a crazy month in October, I'm sure. Let me know your thoughts on all this stuff. Join the Discord and follow the stream. First link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.